Imagine this. You have no name for this place. No word for the green wall that surrounds you, no map of the world beneath your feet. You only know one thing. There is work to be done. You stand in the dense lowland jungle of what will one day be called the Petén, and you look up. Above the canopy, impossibly, a mountain of cut limestone rises into the haze. You did not find a wilderness here. You built a city inside it. And one day, the world will insist this place was empty, scattered, primitive. They will be wrong. The heat finds you first, every morning, before the light fully clears the canopy. It rises from the ground in a wet green weight, and you move through it the way your people have moved through it for generations. You are not lost in this jungle. You were born reading it. You know which trees mark good soil. You know where the limestone lies close beneath the roots, pale and waiting. You know the season the rains will come and the season they will fail. And you have built your whole life around the difference. You are not a king. You will never wear jade or sit above the plaza. You are the one who works the stone, and that is no small thing. This morning, the task is plaster. You burn the limestone in great fires until it crumbles, then mix it with water and fiber into a white paste that dries harder than the rock it came from. Lime plaster, though you carry no word that future scholars would recognize. You spread it across the temple face with practiced strokes, sealing the cut blocks beneath a skin of brilliant white. When the sun strikes it, the whole pyramid will burn against the green. You have done this since you were a boy. Your hands know the work without asking. Above you rises the temple your descendants will one day call La Danta, though you have no name for it yet. Only the knowledge that it is the largest thing human hands have ever raised in this land. Block by block, basket by basket of fill. The labor of a city you cannot see the edges of. Because the city does not end where the trees begin. You know this the way you know your own breath. Out beyond the plaza, hidden under the canopy, run the roads. Raised causeways of cut stone and plaster, wide and straight, lifted above the flood line, threading settlement to settlement across miles of forest. Sack Bay up, the white roads. You walk one now, leaving the temple behind, and the jungle closes overhead, and still the road runs on beneath your feet. Unbroken, deliberate, the work of countless hands like yours. You pass the reservoirs as you go, great basins cut and sealed into the bedrock, catching the rain so the city can drink through the long dry months. Nothing here is an accident. The slope of the land, the angle of the temple, the placement of the water, every stone, it's where knowledge put it. You stop where the road climbs toward open sky, and you look back the way you came. The temple aligns with the sun, not by luck, not by chance. The builders before you set it against the heavens themselves, so that on certain days the light falls exactly where it must. You were taught this, you will teach it again. The future will look at this jungle and see emptiness, scattered villages, simple people clinging to clearings. They will be so certain of it, but you are standing on a stone road in the middle of a planned and living city, plaster white on your hands, a reservoir at your back, a mountain of worked limestone catching the first hard light above the trees. You set your hand against the road and feel it solid beneath you. You have no idea what you are leaving behind. You only know the work is good, and the work will last. You set the last stone, and you do not know it is the last. No one ever does. The city lives on long after this morning, generations rising and working and raising the plaster white again and again. And then, slowly, it stops. The reasons are tangled, and the future will argue about them for a long time. Drought, strained land, shifting trade. The people leave, not all at once, but in a long, quiet, draining away. And the moment the hands stop, the jungle begins its patient work. The vines come first, then the soil, settling grain by grain, then the trees, roots prying into plaster, trunks rising where causeways ran. Year by year, century by century, the green climbs the temples and pulls them down into shadow. The white roads vanish under leaf litter. The reservoirs fill with silt and forest. What took 100,000 hands to raise, the forest takes back in silence. The jungle does not destroy your city. It swallows it whole and keeps it. And it hides it so completely that future explorers will walk directly over buried pyramids and feel nothing beneath their boots but a strange steep hill. They will hack through the trees and call this land empty. Wilderness. Untouched. A few scattered ruins in an ocean of forest. For more than 1,000 years the story holds. Then, in 2018, the planes come. They fly low over the Petén, firing millions of laser pulses down through the canopy, a technology called LiDAR, light that maps the ground by measuring how long it takes to bounce back. The lasers slip between the leaves where no human eye can follow. They touch the true surface of the earth. And when the data is cleaned and the trees are stripped away on the screen, the room goes quiet. There it all is. Not a few ruins. Tens of thousands of structures. Pyramids, plazas, houses, terraces. The raised causeways, exactly where your feet once walked them, running for miles between cities the ground had hidden from view. Defensive walls. Farm terraces carved into hillsides to feed a vast population. Reservoirs. An entire interlocking world, mapped in a single season of flight. A civilization, written into the earth, finally lit up for human eyes. But here's the problem with the old story. For a century, scholars believed the Maya lowlands held scattered city-states and thin populations, a modest people swallowed by a jungle too harsh to tame. The LiDAR erased that picture overnight. What it revealed was a dense, connected, engineered civilization of millions, feeding itself, moving along its roads, reshaping the land at a scale no one had let themselves imagine. You were never scattered, you were never primitive, you were never lost. And here is what makes it stranger still. The lasers only map the surface. Beneath it, the deeper layers, the earliest foundations, the oldest plaster, your work, still wait, unread. Every season of study pushes the story further back. What they have found is not the answer. It is the first glimpse. The full scale still waits to surface. So the next time someone says the jungle was empty, close your eyes and picture yourself on that white road, plaster drying on your hands, the great temple burning bright above the trees, a whole living city breathing around you in the green. You were here. You were home, and the world is only just now learning to see what you built.